What's up, guys? This is Justin with Ultimate Baseball Training, and in today's video I wanted to simplify baseball hitting mechanics. I feel like there's a lot of garbage out there. A lot of coaches, their mind's in the right place. They're trying to help youth players out, but they don't know the exact verbiage on exactly what to say to kids to get them into the right positions, and they don't really understand how the swing works. I feel like over my playing days I've definitely figured out some things that a lot of people don't know, and so I think it's kind of like my duty to share that with you guys. So hopefully this video helps. I'm going to try and keep it as simple as possible, because I think the more that players think about in the box, the more they think about what their hands are doing and their body's doing, the less success that they have. I think a full mind is an empty bat, okay? So you want to be in the box, especially in a game. You don't want to be thinking about your mechanics. That's for practice time. And the less that we think about, even in practice, the more successful we're going to be. So let's simplify things. Let's not worry too much about the small details. Let's simplify it. First things first, I don't care if you start in an open stance or a closed stance or you're square. I personally have pretty much always hit square, and that's a good starting position, but I don't care. It's whatever is personal preference. As long as it doesn't cause any other major mechanical flaws, I'm perfectly okay with it, okay? Another thing with your stance is just a starting point, okay? That's why, if there was one way to do the stance, you'd see every major leaguer have the exact same stance, but there's not. You see some guys that are open and their feet are really close together and they're shaking their bat a lot. You see other guys that are, completely just square to their target and they're really squatty. Or you see guys that, like Josh Donaldson, they have a leg kick, and you see others that pretty much just lift up their front foot, their heel. So there's lots of different ways that you can do the stance. The stance is just a starting point. But for starters, for basics, get into an athletic position, kind of like you're playing linebacker or you're playing defense in basketball, okay? We want a little flex in our knees. We don't want them to be pushed forward like this. We don't want to be super squatted down. We definitely don't want our knees locked out or to be too straight. So just get into a little flex position where if somebody pushed you either way, you could still maintain your balance and not move all over the place. That's a good starting position, okay? Feet shoulder width apart or a little wider. And then from there, we want a good spine angle. So we don't want to be hunched over like this. We don't want to be stood straight up like this. We want a pretty decent spine angle. We want to keep that spine angle throughout our entire swing, okay? Now let's go into the phases of the swing. There's the load, which is simply a weight shift. We pick up our front foot. That's literally what the load is. It's a timing mechanism. We can pick up the front foot. A lot of guys, you'll see they just lift that front heel. A lot of guys will do more of a leg kick like this. A lot of guys, I would say normal thing is just pick up your front foot and pretty much put it back down where it was, or gain, 3, 4, 5, 6 inches with it. But that's all a load and a stride is. You load, you pick up your foot, you have a weight shift back, and then your stride, you want to stride back to where you started, and as your body moves forward towards the pitcher, your hands walk away from your body, okay? And this should happen naturally. It's not artificially pushing your hands back or anything like that. It's as your body goes towards the pitcher, your hands kind of just float back. They walk away from your body. Then my front foot, okay, it lands pretty much at a 45 degree. It's open, it's slightly open, right? And we land sort of on the ball of our feet, right? The swing doesn't really start until that front heel drops, okay? But if our foot is closed off like this, then we can't really clear our hips, and that's really deteriorating from our power, okay? Decreasing our power. So, load, okay? Stride forward, hands go back. Get into a good solid launch position like this. Have a little bit of flex. You don't want this arm barred out, but you don't want it in here like this. You want to have it stretched out like a rubber band. That's going to develop some insane bat speed, okay? And as soon as that front heel drops, that's when we start our rotational movement, okay? You can see the knob of my bat and my back knee and my arms, they all turn simultaneously. It's not my hips going first and then everything else back here. It's not my hands going first. Everything has to happen in sequence and has to be fluid, but it has to happen simultaneously, just like that. So we start our turn, right? Our knob starts going towards the pitcher. We make contact with the baseball there. Our hands are palm up, palm down like that, okay? Once we get to our contact point, our hands are slightly above our barrel, okay? Like I said, palm up, palm down. And when we get to contact, when we're going through our swing, that's when, right before contact, our front knee goes from being a little flexed to straighten out like this, and our knees kind of pinch together. Do that type of motion right there like that, okay? We're hitting against the firm front side, okay? On plane, on time with the pitch, making contact pretty much even with our front foot. And then the last thing is extension. We want to get into this good power V position. Act like with your top hand, when you get to that point, you're throwing a pizza into the oven, okay? So we get to contact, throw pizza in the oven, and we're gonna get to that good power V position with great extension. And then we're gonna finish high, okay? We don't want to chop down on the baseball and finish low. Speaking of chopping down, a lot of players and coaches believe that the way to hit is you take your hands and everything else and you swing in a downward motion, and they think that that's how backspin is created. I tell you, the baseball is coming in on a downward plane, and if you swing at a downward plane, there's only that one spot. You have to be exact with your timing. There's only that one spot that you can make contact with the pitch. And if you make contact and your bat's going this way and the ball's already on its way down and you hit the top of the baseball, coaches say get on top of the baseball, where's that ball gonna go? It's gonna go into the ground. So let's think about this from a logical perspective, okay? We wanna arrive on time and on plane with the pitch, equal and opposite. So if the pitch is coming in like this, at, let's say a 20-degree angle like this, the ideal way to hit that pitch for power and hit it out of the ballpark is to arrive at an upward angle, a slight, very slight uppercut, arrive on time and on plane with the pitch, equal and opposite, 20 degrees slightly upward angle, and then you're gonna make contact with that pitch. And if your timing is a little bit late, you can hit it back here because you're still on plane with the pitch if you're a little bit late. If you're perfect, you're gonna hit it about there. If you're way out in front, you can still make contact if you have good extension all the way pretty much out here. So we wanna arrive on plane with the pitch early and stay through the zone a long time. You don't swing by chopping down on the baseball. We wanna get on plane with the pitch, and home runs are hit with a very slight uppercut, okay? So hopefully this video has helped. I try to keep it pretty simple. These are the basic hitting mechanics. I really don't think about my hands too much in the swing. A lot of players, really want to talk about what their hands are doing. They want to talk about, well, what's the proper hand path and this and that. And I'm a true believer that if you do everything else right, starting from the ground up, if you have a good stance and you do everything in sequence and you have flow and rhythm and timing with your swing, I truly believe that your hands just kind of go along for the ride and they're going to get into a good solid position, okay? I don't worry about my hands too much, other than if it's an inside pitch, I try to pull my hands in just a little bit and I hit the ball further out in front. If it's a pitch down the middle, it's obviously not as much. You let the ball travel a little more. And then if it's an away pitch, you let the ball get deep. You're still hitting it pretty much even with the front of the plate, but you let it get a little bit deeper and you hit it a little bit further back, okay? But hopefully this video has helped, guys. If you want to improve your bat speed 5 to 10 miles an hour, literally within the next 10 minutes or so, then I want you to click on this image right here, okay? That's gonna take you to my website. All I need is your email address, and I will immediately send you a free video where I share with you one simple mechanical tweak you can make right now in the next 5 minutes to take your bat speed to that next level. And if you're on your mobile device or your phone, that link's not gonna work. So just click on the very first link in the description box below, or go to ultimatebaseballtraining.com/batspeed and just enter your email. I'll immediately send you that video, okay? So if you enjoyed this video, as always, leave a thumbs up. Get in the comments section below. Let me know, do you agree with this philosophy? Do you agree with what I said? Do you disagree? What do you want me to make future videos about? Get in the comments section below. And if you're not, be sure to subscribe to the channel. All right, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.